Okay, we're back again.
Of Pierre Poilievre. And so what they are doing is that they are.
It's not as exposed to the U.S.-Canada situation as other parts of the country are, but still when it comes to softwood lumber and those sectors, that's big in that part.
In some ways, of course, BC has been suffering from tariffs much longer. Yeah, that's right. The lumber tariffs, but now we have tariffs on top of tariffs. It's a super sensitive issue, but it does, of course, stand a little bit apart from the Western sentiment, which has been a little bit divided over how to manage tariffs. You might get more of that national fervor out of BC here. So
Sorry
I
about that.
think
Hopefully you
you
can hear
nailed
me
it.
now.
The question will be whether you see the weakness flowing to the Liberals. Not much hope for the Conservatives there.
Polls are now closed across the country. This is a big moment. We will start to see more results come in, more definitive of a look at who will form government, who will become prime minister. This is a very early indication at this juncture. You're looking at some potential seat changes. I'm using the word potential very deliberately because they're based on preliminary results, but we've got the Liberals picking up 14 seats potentially, and the Conservatives remaining stagnant. The Bloc Québécois at a deficit of 10 seats at this juncture. Again, Omar, that is something that we've got our eyes very closely peeled at because that difference there is largely based in the results in Quebec at this point.
Yeah, which has been a fascinating storyline to observe. The magic number, of course, that Heather's been telling us about is 172. That is the number that's needed for a majority government. So we should, over the next little while, get a sense of who will be leading this country and then whether it is a majority or a minority. Let's get straight to Heather Butts, who's been tracking some of this data. Heather, what can you tell us?
Omar, thank you so much. Of course, everything is changing as this evening goes on, as we've been talking about all night. As your votes are counted, that is when we really start to see things unfold. We're going to take a look now at the CTV News Decision Desk projections. As of right now, in this moment in time, projecting the Liberals could get a minimum of 146 or a maximum of 178 seats, potentially, possibly crossing that 172 marker point of a majority government. They also are projecting the Conservatives could get a range of anywhere from 117 to 146 seats. But these numbers are shifting as your votes are counted. Of course, this has to do with historical data, riding demographics, a lot of research, and of course, the numbers that are coming in this evening as your votes are counted. Projections right now also for the NDP and the Bloc Québécois, we're watching that closely. But again, the majority is the number that most parties are, of course, the Conservatives and Liberals looking for this evening. So we're keeping a very close eye on that marker of 172. Back to you.
All right, Heather, thank you so much. And let's head over to Anne-Marie right now. Anne-Marie, you've got a couple of your panelists from British Columbia right now who I'm sure are watching those results, tracking them pretty closely. A good BC delegation on your panel tonight.
That's right. We've got half of our, more than
very strong showing for the Liberals, I believe. And it's going to send a very strong message for the rest of Canada as well.
Pierre Poilievre has spent more time in British Columbia than any leader in my lifetime.
And you know what?
And
You're
he's
not really
made a particular focus on Vancouver Island, and I think that'll show up well too.
Well, and what you'll see on Vancouver Island is going to be, I mean, first of all, can I just say how exciting it is as a British Columbian that we could be deciding the election tonight? I think finally, it's about time. We're in Canada. So the Vancouver Island, you look at the bottom half of it, it is tight three-way races. And the Liberals are probably going to do well in some of those ridings. A lot of them are tend to be older communities, and you're seeing the NDP vote really collapse there.
Okay.
But then on the north part of the island, you're seeing a lot of orange-blue fights for sure, because working class voters, mill towns, old mining towns, those kinds of places where those working class messages really have an impact. Yeah. But the thing is, if the NDP votes collapse, those ridings are more likely to go Conservative than just about anywhere else.
Okay, let's switch over to Global here. So are we cooked? Not yet. No, it's too early. Let me just some numbers here. So some numbers have come in from Ontario, but let me look at 93 votes, 47 votes, 30 votes. It's way too early. Now, again, we're going to lose a lot of these ridings in Toronto, but again, a lot of them have not been counted, and the Conservatives are going to do well in a lot of them that they haven't had any results yet. And of course, they could flip some over. The Bloc still has time to flip some over. It's not good, of course. who wants to be behind at any race. It was expected to start that way, but Carney's already he's leading in 117. Pierre's only got 82. Again, it's not cooked, or we are not cooked at yet. Again, the Liberals started off with the lead. That was always going to happen. Block's caught up a little bit. Pierre's up to 87 now. It just depends. Like once we get to, I think I said earlier around 10 o'clock, that's when the polls are all closed across the country. So, but in an hour from now, we're going to see. Pierre's got to start putting dents into some of these leads. It can happen, right? They've only actually officially counted 24 seats, right? So it's really 19-5 for the Liberals right now, but they are leading in 100 and we're down by 18 so far. So something's got to change. Hopefully. And yeah, again, right now they're saying that the Liberals have gained 19. I don't expect that to hold up. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to have enough to win, but I don't think they're going to be actually... I mean, the Block's down by 12. Like, did Mark Carney really do that good in Quebec? Or is it that it's just early? We'll see. I mean, maybe it's the Liberals who overperform the polls. Who knows? Who knows? Now, again, they're calling a lot of these seats, right? Like out of the 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 are all out east. Sorry, all 19 are out east. So, yeah, I mean, we still got a long way to go. Toronto, again, they're leading a lot, but again, it's just like 2 out of like 100 or something polls have been closed. So we're not cooked yet. As one of my last at my polling station to mark my X, I planned it that way for luck. Hopefully. Conservatives win. I hope so. I surely hope so. Let's see some updates here. 128 to 89. Eventually, over the next hour, we got to see some of these flip. The Block's got to start doing better, too. It's not just the Conservatives. Let's have a look here. So, again, 24, 10 votes. It's very, very early. The official polls across Canada are closed now. Within the next hour or so, that's when we're going to have a real look here. And, yeah, we got to start winning more ridings. That's just a fact. So, some results coming in from BC, but again, 1 poll out of 239. It's too early to get worried. It's too early to get excited at all. Although, to be fair, not much to be excited about right now. Let me check. Actually, I want to check Carleton here. They said not the greatest at finding the exact ridings. Okay, so Carleton, they haven't had any results. That's going to be one for Pierre. These are likely, Kingston. I'm not sure about these ones, but Carleton still hasn't had any results yet. But then they're expected to be late. And a couple of these ridings here for the Block, but I think the Block are going to do well and also have not started counting yet. But we'll see. Okay, a little bit of it was going up and up and up for Carney. Now it's settled down a little bit, but we shall see as some of these ridings start to put in their results. I really hate Canada. Some fans of yours want to know when we will all meet. Hey, I'd love to have a meetup with you guys. right now it's just difficult. Most of my viewers come from out west, and I'm in Ontario, so it's sponsor us to all meet. Great advertising. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. But hey, Alan, what's up? Stuck on 127. Let's go. Trending down. No, I'm just kidding. Let's not. The thing is, like, when we're watching these things, like, every time the numbers move, it's like, oh no, what's happening? But we got to just relax. Very early still. If these numbers are saying the same, and we got 50 or so elected, and only 15 for the Conservatives or something like that, and then more votes start coming in, and they're leading, and a lot of the votes have been counted, and we start moving out west, and we're way behind, then we're in trouble. But we're not at that point quite yet. Thank God. Oh, thank you for the $5, Virginia. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chat. Really appreciate you. $127, $189. Not much movement here. Let's share this. They are showing 130, 180. They're a little bit off. Our polls just closed 13 minutes ago in Alberta. Yep, that is correct. Polls didn't close here until 9:30. So, okay, I'm going to play the audio for you guys to hear it, and I'm going to have a look through Twitter, see if there's anything interesting to talk about. Move to Alberta, we'd love to have you. Yeah, maybe. They've already declared a Liberal win? What? That's way too early. But hold on a second. It's too early. Like, they're calling. Look at this. Breaking: CTV News declares Liberal win 6 minutes ago. What? What? Already? But it's not like they just started counting a lot of these. Some of them they're leading. They're winning by 20 votes, 50 votes, 16 votes. Like, how can they already call it? Well, let me check. What's Poilievre? So I go to Polymarket, it's saying it's 100% for the Liberals. And when I go to Twitter here, 1 hour ago was okay. Maybe it's changed that much in an hour. But it's saying it was almost neck and neck. What the hell is going on here? How can they already possibly have a declaration here? Oh boy. Well, that's the thing. It could be advanced polling. I don't know if So about 10 minutes after the polls closed, they projected a victory. Let me have a look here. I gotta have a look at something else. I get it, like they're up big time, but it's so early. Like some of the ridings, they've only leading by like a dozen or so votes. Hold on. Interesting. Yeah, they're saying he can't win more than 146, but again, I mean, we're seeing like such small leads, like just a few hundred in like downtown Toronto and like Pickering. Like there's like they're winning by like dozens of votes only. Now that this again, now when they declare it, they're saying here Mark Carney's Liberals projected to form government. Okay, what does that really mean? Does that mean it's over and they're going to win? Not necessarily, but is it looking good right now? Not particularly. The Bloc, man, the NDP getting hammered. Well, we might be in for a very upsetting night. They're saying he can't win more than 146, but he could if some of these flip. Or if the Bloc has a little comeback. Now, again, are they counting advance voting early? Again, conservatives usually show up on election day, like I did. Let me see here. When other people start panicking, I'll start panicking, but not yet. Oh boy. I'm nervous though.
How many seats did the Conservatives have last election? So in 2021, obviously there's more seats. There's 338 seats last time. And the Conservatives with...
Yeah, I was just checking out some other channels why it's not panicking. Northern Perspective's not panicking. We'll see. We shall see. But it is getting interesting. So yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? I just saw another comment here. Please not a majority. I mean, the thing is, though, is that they'll try to work with the Bloc or the NDP to try to get a majority. Now, the NDP looks like it's not going to be much of a factor, of course, but I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, but again, we'll see until what happens until 11 o'clock. There could be some movement here. The Conservatives could take back the lead. I don't know. It's not looking great right now. Does it mean we are finished? For sure. Not quite. And for all the Liberals who are happy right now, and let's say you get your victory, you're going to be very upset pretty quickly. Nothing's going to change except things are going to get worse, and we all know it. Or if you don't know it, you will know it. But we're down by 41. Again, look, like there's so few votes. You know what I mean? Still a lot to be counted. Big time censorship is coming, and yeah, that's something I'm worried about. I think a lot of us YouTubers are worried about it. Yeah, if this holds and the Liberals win, boy oh boy. Now again, have they done advanced voting yet? Did they do the day of first? I don't know. It is not over yet. It looks bad, but it's not quite over. That is not the case. Around 11 o'clock, if we're still seeing these kind of numbers, yeah, we're in big trouble. It's pretty much over at that point. And I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, if Pierre Poilievre did truly overperform or underperform this badly, and doesn't really do much more, this is like what Aaron O'Toole numbers were, except this is worse. I think. How is Pierre Poilievre doing worse than Aaron O'Toole? That is kind of wild. That being said, let's check here. So right now, I mean, the Liberals started off with over 50%. Now they're down to 48. And again, if you look at actual elected, let's go over to Gloria. It's 21-6. But the Liberals are leading in 126 ridings. Or 125 now. We'll see. But we need to catch up. We're down by 37 seats. We must see a tightening up as we move. Let's see what they've got in terms of the count for Quebec. But we got to see some positive movement for Pierre, or yeah, we are cooked. We will lose. And Alberta's actually, it looks like they've already pretty much, they don't have anyone elected, but they do have a lot counted, and so they're projecting these for Pierre already. So yeah. Let's go over here. Sean Fraser's now winning, but it's only by 277. They've got like 50 polls to count still. Crazy that they called it so quickly. I didn't expect that either way, by the way. I didn't think this would be called by 10 o'clock. Maybe if this was, 2 months ago, Trudeau versus Pierre, but not now. And again, some ridings just by a couple hundred votes here, or less than 100 even. How can they already call it? They might be right. Like, who knows? But wouldn't it be great if we just saw like a tightening, and then all of a sudden CTV's like, oh, wouldn't that be just beautiful? But it might be wishful thinking. I don't know. Okay, well, we're down by 31 now, but we need a much more bigger tightening than that for sure. 100%. Yeah, so far it does seem to be working. They did call a switch, but we have seen a slight tightening here. Yeah, I mean they're that now they're down to 47%, leading by 20, up by 15, down by 35. Okay. Canadian press just called it. Well, they can call it all they want. It's not. I mean, he's only elected in 21 seats. We're going to have to just wait. But yeah, if this starts to get out of hand, if Pierre can't flip any of these ridings to make it closer, he's got to flip quite a few ridings. CBC, yeah. I mean, they're all going to call it. CTV started it. They're all going to follow suit, but we shall see. Might have to start drinking a little faster, ladies and gentlemen. I can't imagine how Parliament will go if it's a Liberal majority. Carney will get flogged by the Bloc and the Conservatives. Interesting, yeah. Could be. But again, we're seeing a little bit. Now they're only up by 32 seats. It's tightening a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, the Liberals are so happy right now.
Yes, the Liberals are leading, but again, they've only said 21 of them are elected, but I guess...
All right, no one else is coping yet. And by the way, this is actually the first time I've actually followed the election from start to finish. I knew the Liberals would start off, early with a lead, but it's 10:30 here, and they've got a sizable lead. Have a look here. So, and to be fair, I mean, we don't even have 2 million votes counted yet. You know what I mean? Like, there's millions of votes to come in. Now, that being said, I got to admit to you guys, if the numbers were the other way around, I'd be much happier. And to be fair, that would also mean the end of the Liberals, because as we move west, they're not going to gain that many seats in BC. So if it were the other way around, the Conservatives had a huge lead, it would be more indicative of a win. But right now, I think it's too early to call it. If I were the head of CTV or CBC, I would say, well, let's hold off, right? There's only been a couple million votes, not even 2 million votes here, guys. They are gaining. They're gaining a little bit back now. But there's still so much time. There's very few seats that have actually been called. Not looking great. But we shall see. Yeah, big glass of wine indeed. Let's check on the flips. Okay, let's. So they're saying the Liberals have gained 14, the Blocs lost 11, NDP's lost 8. The Blocs need to come back a little bit here. I wonder how Pierre and everyone's feeling right now. Have they started Carleton yet? Nope. Although that's going to be a while. That one will take a long time with all those stupid random names on the ballot. Okay, a little bit of blue here in Toronto, and again, runnings they have not counted yet. I know they're saying the Conservatives can't get past 146 seats, but of course they could. It's 31 now. 22-7 elected. The next 27 minutes is going to tell us a lot. We got to start flipping some ridings. Undoubtedly. NDP vote went to the... Well, I mean, but again, there's only like 2 million votes counted. Could they come back in Hamilton Center? Have they even done Hamilton Center yet? No, they haven't even counted. So I mean, you could probably give this to the NDP. Oxford, don't know. That actually might be a conservative riding. Burlington, again, 20 polls out of 267. Yeah, 709 votes, but there's a lot of people in Burlington. Right, you're talking, they're probably going to have tens of thousands of votes there. Look. Now it's 25, guys. I mean, there is a bit of tightening. Just saying. 46% of the popular vote for 39. And again, just over 2 million votes. Very interesting. Okay, look, they're saying Yves Blanchette's won his riding. Who cares? Who cares? So now the Liberals are only leading in 9. They're only winning that by 9. Elected, yeah, they're up by 15. Chris, what's going on? Nice to see you, Chris. An early Liberal lead is what's happening. It was expected a little bit. I don't know if it was expected this long into the night, but again, a couple million votes. They haven't even got to 2.5 million votes yet. Or well, they're about at that. They're about at that right now. Okay, well, let's go back here. Okay, a couple more ridings have been still nothing for Hamilton Center. Oakville East. Oh, 6 votes though. Okay, very close. Burlington 781. Yeah, Burlington North 229. 483. I mean 100. 101. Like, it's so close and so early for them to call it. They deserve so badly to look stupid here. Will it happen? I don't know. Am I as confident the Conservatives are going to win now? But look, I mean, we're down by 22 now. They are tightening up a little bit, guys. Just saying. I probably said that about 10 times now. But it's early into the night. Back down a little bit, but they're leading in 10 and winning in 15. So it's 25 now. So it's 25 again. Hey, Dan, how did fear win over hope? If that happens, I mean, let's be honest. It happened during the pandemic. Look at how many people acted like complete sheep, right? Fear works. It can work. It's worked often in the past. But the spread's 25 right now for the Liberals. We got to flip a few seats here. Well, more than a few seats. Block's got to get back here. We need them to get around 35, 40. It's not looking great for them. Carney will have to send Trump a thank you card. Well, again, people are going to blame Trump. It's not Trump. It's the fact that Canadians are just so... They pretend they're so tough, but they're scared of a guy who paints his face orange. And the fear is working right now. Is this going to hold up? Don't know. Elected 22-7 for the Liberals, but only leading by 8. So it's back. We're back into 22. But we need to close the gap here in the next. Well, if we're trending up by 11 o'clock, that's a good sign. But in the next 23 minutes, we got to do something here. All right, 21. Can they come back? Down early. how deserving would it be for the CTV and the CBC to look foolish and have to go back on their word? Wouldn't we all love it? We need a miracle. We need something. We need something, that's for sure. I don't know about that. I don't know if there's any funny business. I mean, it's too early to say, even if there is something like that going on, but it could be that fear worked. Blanchette down to 21 now. Okay, I'm going to have a look here, and I'll play CTV for you guys. Oh, yes, it will. Oh, here we go, Trump. Trump. It's just, you just hear it nonstop. So the popular vote, it's within 6 points. It's at 6 points now. Liberals gained 12 instead of 14. Conservatives at 10 instead of 8. It's trending in a decent direction. It's just we need this to we need to get going here. Fraser's ahead by 200 votes now. I think I saw that earlier as well. 451, but still quite a few polls. Again, he might win his riding. That's not really. I mean, it's a big deal. He sucks, but yeah, Champagne's going to win his riding. Montreal's going to win a lot of seats there for sure. Oxford is 27 votes. Again, still early. $67 votes, 222 in like downtown Toronto. Oops. Still though, it's a lot of red. There's 1,000, 2,000. They're ahead by quite a bit in some areas. But 136 and 25 poll, you know what I mean? Still early, still could come back a little bit here, but we do, like I said, we got to start turning some ridings here. Guelph, Liberal. Win or lose, Dan, I want your address later this week to send you something in the mail for all you do. Well, thank you very much. You don't have to do that, but yeah, we can exchange some information. Alberta separation rally Saturday. Yep. Maybe. Okay, we keep bouncing around to that 2025 there swing. But we need some ground to be made up here. It ain't over until the fat lady sings. LZ, if you have X, you can message me on there too if you want. See, even the Liberals are still nervous.
I hope that they're making all these mistakes in the sense of being a conservative minority, and then they will have so much egg on their face. But they're probably extrapolating from the collapse of the NDP. Maybe the other votes aren't going to go to the conservatives that were going to be NDP.
So, got some interesting news here. Again, still very early, but look at this. Carleton, Pierre Poilievre's riding. Bruce Vanjoy is winning by 177 votes. One poll in, not the end of the world. There was heavy turnout there, and it's going to be a while before they count things. Can you imagine if he loses his riding? Don't think it's going to happen. I'm not trying to fearmonger, but good God. Hey, the Conservatives are actually leading in Mount Royal by 59 votes. That'd be great if they... I mean, that's on the Montreal Island, so... But, yeah, leading by 14. Elected in 12. Or 12 more than the Conservatives. If I was Pierre, I'd be so pissed. All that work, years to get to this point. And Carney come in from the UK, being away for 10 years, pretend to remove the carbon tax, say Trump and he's a hero. Yeah. Alberta population is going to go up. Possibly. I can try and figure out getting into X. Okay, well, if not, then maybe I'll try to see. I don't like giving out personal information in the chat or in the comments, but yeah, I'll see if I can get you my email. I wish you could DM on YouTube, but I don't think you can. He's 13. Well, not really, right? I mean, the thing is, James, is that he's leading in 135, and a lot of them are still too close to call. They've just called it for some reason, but he's only been elected in 24 seats. Just you'll keep that in mind. I'm just trying to find out whether they've counted the day of votes first or if they're counting the advance ones first. Yeah, so back up to 25. Am I going to stop making videos after the election? Nope. Not unless the Liberals ban my channel. That would be sad. But no, I didn't just make this YouTube channel just to make videos after this election. I'm still gonna be calling out the Liberals, I guess, or if we have a conservative comeback in a major way, then I'll be talking about them too. I'm not going to stop. Let me see what they're at here with the popular vote. So we're at about 3 million, 3.345. So we're just at about 3.5 million votes. And remember, guys, 7 million people voted early. There's a lot of votes to count here. But by the time, once again, we're 10 minutes away from 11. And, 28's the spread now. It's going back in the Liberals' favor. So it's going back and forth in terms of the tightening. But Dan, would any votes for the PPC help the Conservatives Party? I don't think so. Again, if we look at the popular vote, I mean the PPC, they're not even included here, and the Greens have 0.9. So that means the PPC has less than 0.9% of the votes. Now, again, the popular vote as we're going along here is tightening up a little bit. Right, 40, and again, the Liberals started out with an early lead. Not to mention, they've counted more votes in Atlantic Canada than they have anywhere else. Or, I mean, it might be close in in Ontario, but yeah, Zed. Of course, I'm gonna be doing videos until I can't anymore, and until they stop me. I'll be working under the table, Josh, for the next 4 years. Yeah. I mean, I hear you. 12:30 here in Newfoundland. I have to go to bed and wake up to this shit tomorrow, then go to work. Well, listen, T-Pike, I appreciate you coming on. I hope you can, get some sleep, and hopefully, when you wake up, you're very delighted. Don't know if that's going to happen, but all we can do is hope. You look at the elected, the Conservatives, they're within 8 now. How are the Conservatives doing in Atlantic Canada? Well, let's have a look. Okay. This has been a very fast 3 hours, by the way. So, I mean, again, they've gotten a few seats out here. So they've been elected in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're leading in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again, They could have over 10 seats in Atlantic Canada, and then they could come back here. Who knows? People who are celebrating right now, it's a little bit early. Burlington, oops. 1,200 votes, but again, only 60 out of 267. Oxford, switchback blue, but only by 800 votes, but still, it's good. Niagara South by 22, but you know what I mean? Still too early to say this. $607, and again, only 30 polls. Mississauga Erin Mills only by 67. So it's not over yet. RIP my paychecks. Yeah. Possibly. So Liberals have a 9-seat lead in the elected. Well, now it's 10. And they're leading in 12. So we're back at 22. It's going anywhere from 20 to 30 right now in terms of the lead swing, but we need to get well inside to 10 here. As I crack open my second beer. I might have to speed this up. I think my alcohol consumption might go up after today. Kidding. Just kidding. Alberta is very lucky to have Premier Smith. Better than Ontario. We have Liberal in conservative colors, Dougie Ford, who's a gigantic loser. And again, I'm still trying to figure out when the advanced polls come in. If Carney wins, should we all buy Brookfield stock? It's not a bad idea. I don't think they've counted the advanced polls yet, guys. And now it's 21 again here. It's we just need it to go in this direction. We need to get from a 21 seat lead for Carney down to 15, down to 10. And then you could start seeing the mainstream media panic like pigs. And wouldn't we all love to see that? Can you imagine let me know in the chat, how happy would you be if we just saw a massive comeback right now? Oh, I'd love it so much. I wonder if Poilievre has 100% still. Yep. Well, actually, it's at 98.3 now. Oh, brother. Whoa, look at this. Whoa. Okay, we're only down by 14 now, guys. And the popular vote is their lead is only it's only less than 4 points now. And again, look at how many votes here. 4 million, about what, 4.5 million or so? Lots of votes to come. They're up by 12 in the elected, but they're only leading by 2 now. Oh, could you imagine? You know what this is like? This is like watching a playoff game. Your team's down like 6-0, and it's like, oh no. Well, I shouldn't say 6-0, but it's like 4-0. It's like, oh no, what's happening? And then you get a goal. Then you get another one. Now you got some momentum. Where does the momentum stop? I would settle for a Liberal minority instead of majority. I mean, of course, I agree with that. At least with a Liberal minority, there is a possibility to get a vote of non-confidence. Yeah, I mean, within a couple years, sure. If Jagmeet loses his leadership of NDP, the new leader might be more indicated to force a vote of non-confidence than Jagmeet was. Well, and that's the thing too, right? I mean, whoever the new NDP leader is likely going to take Jagmeet Singh and say, "Hey, look at the mistakes he made. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to just keep the Liberal government in power for crumbs in return." Right? If Jagmeet Singh played this smart, he would have asked for a lot more. I want myself in your cabinet, as well as my top advisors and MPs in the House of Commons. I want this, I want that. But he didn't. He took crumbs for just to keep the Trudeau government in power, and we all know it's to get his pension. We all know it. Can't even be denied at this point. Speaking of momentum, yeah, that's the thing, right? I mean, we're down by 14. Down by 14. Okay, my back is getting pretty sore again, so I just got to stretch it out for a few minutes every hour. But I will be right back. I'm not going to mute anything, and I'll play some CTV for you guys. And hopefully, by the time I come back, we can see some massive cope. Yeah, so Pierre Poilievre's losing, but again, that's going to be a very small thing. Either way, I'm back. Not cool. Yeah, definitely. The chair's not great either, but see, they're showing like 25 a lead here of 25. But again, 13 here. They're leading by 6 and leading elected by 6. So it's actually 12, or sorry, just changed. 13 points. Sorry, 13 seats. And look at this. Conservative gained by 19, Liberals by 5 now. NDP getting cooked. Look at that, getting cooked. Love it, but I kind of wish they gained a little bit more. Block. That's disappointing. They gotta come back here. Let's see how they're doing. Well, they still got Mount Royal, but the block needs to they need to go to not have that many losses. A few, I don't think it'll hurt that much, but dude, look at this. What? See, this is how we know it's not over yet. Okay? Hamilton Center. Hayden Lawrence, the conservative, is winning. He will not likely win. Right? But that being said, this is why it's not over, because only 45 polls have counted. It's very unlikely Hamilton Center goes or stays conservative. It's not that likely. It'd be great if it did. That's interesting. Burlington, Karina Gould up by 1,500, but still a lot of polls left. I used to live in Burlington. It's a pretty big city. The Gap's. Is it? Yes, it is. Oh, I'm sorry. It's now 9. Here we go. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh, because the Liberals are just they're screaming right now. They're so happy, especially when they were up by like 30, more than 30. Which province haven't they counted yet? I think BC, but some results are starting to come in there. But again, not that many in terms of the actual result, like the final result yet. Oops. Yeah, so I mean, all provinces are reporting now. But again, 165, 88, like it's so early. I can't believe they called it. Popular vote, let's see. We're at about just over 5 million. 8 points or 8 seats, folks. Could you imagine? Look at this. They're tied. So elected, they're up by 8. Leading, they're tied to 16. The Liberals had a huge lead here. My dad's upstairs sleeping, so I'm going to try not to get too loud. But if they come back, I'm going upstairs. I'm waking them up. Oh, yeah. Might wake up the whole damn neighborhood while I'm at it. Who would vote for the Greens? Silly people. Silly people do silly things. 6. Okay, let's listen to CTV and see if they're still showing 21. Karina Gould, that sucks if she wins. That being said, like this is the Liberal. Let's just let me have a look here. The screen. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm way behind here. Look at this. Global's still showing a 6-point lead, 6-seat lead. They're eating into it, guys. Well, but they're calling it so early. I don't know if Karina Gould's actually won. She is up by quite a bit, but a lot of votes to come left. Okay, so El Ocho Randy, let me ask you a question. Trying to look at, I'm trying to watch some other live streams too on my phone to see if they're saying anything. So you're saying conservatives might pick up some good numbers when the early ballots are counted. So they haven't counted them yet. They're just doing the day of results, because I don't know if that's good or bad. From what I've heard, conservatives show up more on the day of, but maybe they didn't this time. I'm not sure. But yeah, look, even CTV, they're showing 6. And Global. Okay, Global showing 9 now. But again, we're within 10 here. And look, the popular vote. Let me share my screen here for the Global site. It's 2 points, the popular vote. It's been closing ever so gradually. And at 11 o'clock, when I said things are going to get interesting, I mean, it's been tightening. Ever since around, what, quarter to 10, 10 to 10? Sorry, 10 to 11 or so? Blocks at 25, they need to increase that. Look at NDP. They've actually increased their vote total too. And so have the Greens slightly. They're not even showing the People's Party. Oh, brother. But again, we're talking about just under 5.5 million votes counted. That doesn't even match the early ballot total number. I think we're going to see like easily probably what, 15 million votes, right? Interesting times. Let me check. I just want to check Twitter and see if I can find some. Let me play. Ontario's like even. It's getting interesting. Oh yeah, hold on a second. That's what I forgot. I wanted to check out Jagmeet Singh's riding. I bet he's losing. Although I'm gonna have a hard time finding Burnaby Central. I don't know where it is on the map exactly. I'll find it. Here, why don't I just search for a riding and stop being an idiot? Maybe that would help. Well, okay. By 50 votes, but yes, the Liberals are winning. But again, the NDP were coming in third place, it looked like. So, and again, they're winning here 34, 111. It's so early. It's so early. Oh, the mainstream media might have just pulled the funniest stunt maybe in Canadian history. If they called it, I think they called it at what, 10 o'clock? If they end up being wrong, oh, the videos I'm going to have fun making tomorrow. Oh, I'll have so much fun. Well, I'll have a lot of fun, I think. You'll look at elected. Okay. 42 to 40. To say this is over or call it is so ridiculous. This is tight. I can't wait to go on. I'm going to find Liberal streams tomorrow. If this happens, of course. And I want to see their early reaction, like between 9 and 10 o'clock. And I bet they were just screaming. I bet they're a bit nervous right now. You have too much on your mind. That's true. Your live chat is not at the top of the feed with you, Dan. With YouTube, Dan, I had to scroll down when I exited. Go back again. Not sure that. You might just have to keep hitting the scroll down button. When I was on YouTube earlier on Northern Perspective stream, they were having an issue. I was having an issue with that too. I constantly had to scroll down. YouTube's acting weird tonight. I don't know what in the hell is going on. Is it not over? No, it's not over. Look, 4. Look at this. They're tied and leading and elected by 4. It's by 4. I'm in it for the memes right away. I need to learn how to make memes. I have Canva. I don't know why I don't. Just post like a daily Liberal. I mean, maybe they'll do that. If the Conservatives come back, maybe I'll... Oh, boy. I got something from... Yeah, see, I got some friends who are like really nervous right now, messaging me on like Facebook and texting, and I'm trying to tell you, hey, look, 2 points, 2 seats. I keep saying points. Dude. What province left to count now? So every province, their polls have been closed. So they've been counting every province. It's just that the Conservatives have started, or sorry, the Liberals have started off with a lead, and things are tightening. Things are absolutely tightening here. Again, still early. It could flip back. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Let's check on the Greater Toronto area because we got to do decently here. Hamilton Center. Oh, by 6. Yeah, so that's probably going to flip soon. Burlington. Damn, 1800 still. That sucks. I'm from Burlington. Well, technically, I was born in Oakville. But, yeah, Oakville East. Still early, but yeah, they're Liberals will come back there a little bit. Conservatives winning York Center. I don't think that is anything out of normal. They're winning Milton East. Kitchener, look at this. Kitchener-Conestoga only by 4 votes now. Waterloo. Geez, Waterloo. What is your problem? Kitchener Center. Cambridge. Hamilton Center. 6 vote. Yeah. Sorry, Hayden. I wish you would have won, but don't think that's happening, my friend. And Carleton is still red. But look, I think it was by 4. Was it by, or maybe not, maybe it was like 300. But I think Pierre Poilievre was trending up here. That they're going to take forever to count that, of course. Nepean, geez. Yeah, that was never going to... We could hope, because that would have been the funniest result, but... Yeah, it looks like the Liberals have a lot of these locked up here. But I don't think they're going to win Carleton. Okay, Liberals have moved back up to a 5-seat lead here. Not a big deal. Still lots of light blue. Yep, I'm nervous. Me too. Stephanie Kuzmi is my MP. She's been doing a great job. She'll smash her riding. Yeah, Stephanie Kuzmi is good. At least tonight wasn't boring. No, it sure as hell ain't boring. We need to empower politics to stream this. Well, again, now they're up by 7 here now, so they're increasing their lead again. But it could be going back and forth all night. Who knows? The chats would be interesting. Yeah, well, again, I don't know if he's streaming tonight or what he's up to, but shouldn't be celebrating too early. That's all I have to say. The popular vote, look at this. It's by a point and a half. The Conservatives have been gaining ever since around 10 o'clock. And a bit after 10 o'clock. And they called it. What is going on in Elizabeth May's riding? Good question. I forgot about that. And then I'll check both too, and we can laugh at Maxime Bernier. Saanich. Okay, so she's actually... Okay, so they've only counted 6,000 votes, but she is winning so far by about 1,100 votes. But it's, she's... wonder if it highlights here. Okay, yeah, so here it is. So yeah, she's up by 1,100 votes. Okay. It would be fantastic if she lost. 50 out of 264. Like, it's still early. But yeah, she is losing now. Let's go check Maxime Bernier, who I can almost guarantee is getting killed. Look at this. 5.8% of the vote in his own riding. The Liberals got 4 times the votes than Max in his most likely to win riding, and the Conservatives got 59%. Great job. So I was always curious where Beauce was. So this is this is southeast. For some reason, I thought it was like northwest Quebec, but I was way wrong there. So look at this. This is interesting now too. Conservatives are up 3 for the elected seats, but the Liberals are now leading by 13. But as things started to come in last time, they started off with a lead in the terms of the leading ridings, and it's tightened. Now it's gone a little bit back up, but look at the popular vote tightening up a little bit again by only by 0.1%. But as the night goes on, it's just tightening. Damn, really wanted to lose her seat. Me too, but she is such an embarrassment. Like, the thing is about politicians who are embarrassing, sometimes they just give you like the easiest content. So I don't really mind. You know what I mean? But that being said, yes, it would be funny if she lost. Okay, elected, it's 49-49, leading by 10. Have advance been counted? I don't think so. And I don't know if that's good or bad, to be very honest with you. Brookfield shares are up 67 cents to the dollar after hours. Could this be the Carney effect? Yeah, it could be. For sure. All right. So not a whole lot of movement lately. Let's go back and see what the old propaganda machine is saying. Oh, look at this. Green Party co-leader has been defeated. Is that Scott Reed? Oh, no, it's not. So now they've declared a liberal minority. Okay, well. So LZ says, I need a cat. Well, interestingly, I did have a cat for about 15 years. Unfortunately, though, she did pass away about a year and a half ago. My mom got me this for Christmas as like a little bit of a reminder. But look at how cute she was. Oh, look at that little face. I still think about her and miss her every day. Her name was Molly. I don't know if you can see the name. She looks grumpy, but she was a cute cat, and she was very, some cats, like, they like to stay by themselves. They're kind of assholes. She wasn't. She was the sweetest cat in the world. And I missed her. I miss her every day. What about Austin? Oh, Austin, yeah. So, we actually had to have him put down. This is about 15 years. This is the dog we had as a child. He started to get, there was one time my mom was trying to like give him some medication or something, and he started like biting her like crazy. And they took him to the vet, and there was some sort of, I can't remember what was wrong, but they had to put him down too. After that, my mom got a couple more dogs. They've also since passed. So, yeah, that's the thing about pets. They're so nice to have when they're around, but I tell you, it's really difficult when they're gone. The end of my cat's life, she just started acting weird a couple days before she passed, and everything else was normal. She was eating, she would sleep with me every night like normal, but sometimes she was just a bit like distant, or I'd see her staring at the wall sometimes. Weird, right? But I'm like, okay, whatever. And then like a day before she passed, she stopped eating, rejecting food, water, and I had an appointment to get her to the vet the next morning because I couldn't get her in there that day. And they said, yeah, she's probably just got like some infection or something, but we'll get her fixed up on some antibiotics. I let them know what was happening, and they were kind of like, yeah, we'll get her fixed up. And a few hours later, she just stopped breathing. And yeah, it was tough. Darn things become family. Well, that's the thing, right? In my opinion, pets are family. Yeah, it's sad when they go, but at first it's very difficult, right? But as you go along, what starts to happen is you remember the nice memories, right? And I had her from 19 to 34. A lot of nice memories with her, so I can't complain. It's just really sad when they go. Really sad. But I appreciate that. This is the reason I can't own a pet. I'll get too attached, and yeah, that's the thing. I've been thinking, people tell me, you should get another cat, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know. Like, my job isn't very stable. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what's going to happen. Rent's getting more and more expensive. One thing I can't, like, if I ever got in like really bad trouble and had to like go live in a homeless shelter and give her up or give up a future, because that would be more heartbreaking than them passing to me. Because everything dies, right? But to have to give up a pet would be very, very heartbreaking for me, and I wouldn't be able to do that. Maybe once things are more stabilized, we'll see. Maybe if a wife and kids come along, but we shall see. The cat will tell you. 50 million in Europe just lost power? What, really? From what? I wonder what caused that. That's wild. Yep. So Pierre's still down by 9, but elected is tied. 959. Interesting. Leading by 9. Yeah, not much has changed in the last few minutes. Get 3 if then with 1 passes. Yeah, no, but it's just, it's with rent being so difficult. Like I said, I don't want to have to give. I want to make sure that I'm more like financially stable. I need a new job, and I need to get going making this thing a bigger channel, because this is really what I want to do. And once, if that were to be able to happen, once, if I could make more than what I'm making now at work, but then again, that's what depends what happens tonight. It depends what happens. You never know when a channel might get shut down, rules might get changed. I know Pierre Poilievre is mostly free speech from what I've heard, but Mark Carney, I don't think so. You will, I'm certain. I think so. I think so too. Sometimes I just wish that it was happening a little bit faster, because I'm not a very patient person. But yeah, I mean, eventually I'll have tens of thousands of subscribers, and I'll be able to put out more content because I won't have to worry about this stupid job that I have. And I'll probably do live streams all the time. Maybe even start a separate channel about another topic too. Like, there's lots of things you can do. Oh, also, I wanted to ask you, I was playing around with some like potential merchandise. If I did make some like t-shirts or hoodies or coffee mugs, would you guys be interested in buying those? I was just thinking about it last night. The channel's still a bit too small for that, but we're close. And how many subscribers do I have? 8 something. Let me just refresh here. All right, so I got 8,248 subscribers. So looks like I lost a few while I was streaming. Interestingly enough. Did Pierre really lose his seat? So let me go back here. I know he was losing, but like so few seats, like that riding is going to take a long time to count just because of how many names were on the ballot. So let's see here. We can go to Carleton. I can find that one pretty easy. Or can I? Oh, geez. So yeah, Carleton, Bruce Fanjoy is winning by 1,400 votes. 1,700 votes, but 12 out of 266 polls. This, like, you know what I mean? That's going to take that. I probably won't even be streaming at the point when this is finished counting. I don't know if Bruce Fanjoy is going to win. I can't imagine it happening. I'd buy a mug and a hoodie. Awesome. The future of you and your kids. You're going to be broke. Yeah, well, it's very possible. You never know, right? Like, if this channel shuts down, I'm just going to be a worker bee for the rest of my life. And yeah, that's not going to be good. My Pierre flag was 30 at his rally. That's not bad. I'd pay that. All right, so Mark Carney is increasing here by the tweet, but he's at 12. Again, if they're going to start winning these ridings early, which is what's been happening, I'm not too worried if we're going to see comebacks. And who knows? This thing is close. Closer than, Jesus, an hour and a half ago, we were all saying our prayers. You know what I'm saying? Now we're kind of like, oh, what's happening here?
Be a position that the people will support him and say, yes, you should vote no confidence. Yeah. And it may be taxes. It may be, he just doesn't give a crap about Quebec. Maybe he can get nothing done with them. But they're funny, though. They're very highly taxed. Proud of various aspects of Quebec.
We're just checking other channels here as well. All right, it's back up to a 13-point lead. Gaining a little bit more. But again, it's been, I mean, we were within 4. I think we were within 2. So it's going back and forth. The votes have not been counted as quickly as I thought. 1.3 billion population. Yeah. So, and again, they've only counted not that many votes. So, not going to stress out too much about that right now. Talk to me in a couple hours. I don't know if I'll be streaming in a couple hours. Maybe. I don't know. At some point, my back's going to give out, though. I need a better chair. Okay, so what are we at here, vote total wise? 6 minutes, so about 6.5 million here. Still way too early, but we do need the block to start kind of catching up here. We need them to flip a couple of these ridings. I don't know if it's possible. Well, I mean, look at this one, right? 287 votes. That's close. 1,800. That's not looking good. 4,000. 2,800. That's not looking good. 1,800 with so many votes left. It's not that much. And of course, Hamilton Center is now red. I was hoping that would, but again, by 381 votes. I'm really hoping the NDP can win that one. Carleton will be the last one. Yeah, probably. 91 people on the damn ballot, which is insane. It was just a troll job. And that's the thing, right? With the whole, stop the steal button gate and having 91 people on Pierre's ballot, that shows desperation to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Sorry to hear that. Back pain sucks. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit my fault. I got to lose some weight too. I desperately try to warn people that they just don't listen. Yeah, I mean, they vote to be slaves. Have sheer... I don't know which ridings they are in. If you know, I'll have a look, though. What's your height and weight, if you don't know? Yeah, I'm not a tall dude. I'm about 5'8", 240 pounds. I got, I work out a little bit. I got a little bit of muscle, but I got to lose a little bit of weight. Surprising Hamlin isn't orange, to be honest, but then again, Jagmeet is an idiot. Yeah, the thing is, too, Matthew Green he's lost a lot of popularity, and he's the NDP MP, and I think a lot of people think he would be the favorite to actually replace Jagmeet Singh as leader, but maybe not. Best of luck on your journey. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. My back pain is from motocross and doing heavy labor. Yeah. I used to do a little bit of heavy labor myself. That probably didn't help. Played a lot of sports, too, when I was younger. You get a couple cross checks in the back, Any movement? Yeah, it's 15 for Carney. Well, nope. Now it's only 13. And look, I mean, the popular vote is tightening. If this continues, let's say we go to 1:30 a.m. If this trend keeps up, the Conservatives will be ahead in the popular vote. If the trend continues. It started off around 51, 52% for the Liberals, and it's 42 now. 42.6 to 41.7. It's within 1 percentage point. Now, again, the Conservatives are going to have to win more than just a couple percentage points to get minority, likely, or maybe not, but we'll see. Come on, Burlington, what are you doing? Man, the GTA and the greater Toronto area is just, good Lord. What's the block at? 23, man. Not good. That's got to change a little bit. Minus 12 for the block. I mean, but look, the conservative gain is up 18, and Liberals down to 9. Oh, 10 now. But again, it's too early to tell. Look at this. All others combined, including independents, are at 1.2%, including Maxime Bernier. Good job, stupid. You've always sucked, and you're always going to suck. Fucking loser. I hate that guy. Mechanic for 20 years, starting to feel it. Yeah, for sure, man. Okay, so Lanceman is Thornhill. Okay, let me check. Thornhill. I would imagine they're going to be winning. Oops. I'd imagine all three are going to keep their seats, but yep. So they've already called that for it. She's up by double the amount of votes, so that's good. Who do we got next? It's Regina Capel. All right. What the hell? Andrew Scheer, yep. 65% of the vote. And Michael Barrett leads Grenville, Thousand Islands. I'm sure he's winning. I hope so. Ooh, a little bit closer, but yeah, he's winning. They haven't called it yet, but he's got a 6% popular vote lead. Not too worried about him. Not too worried at all. All right, so it's back to 8. 71 elected to 66, leading by 13 ridings. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, what am I talking about? 18. Not 8. And yet it is so early. I got scoliosis. Yeah, that's terrible. Sorry about that, Lisa. I hope you get better. Tony asked, do I hate the PPC? I like a lot of what their party stands for. I like a lot of their policies. I actually voted for them in 2021. But that being said, I do not like Maxime Bernier. And no, it's not just because he blocked me on Twitter. It's the reason why he blocked me. I gave him fair criticism. I said he's a weak leader. He can't move the needle, and he's unpopular. He blocked me for that. And this is the guy who promised, oh, I'm the one who's different. I'm going to stand up to all these people. You can't even stand up to me, Max. He blocks every single person who criticizes him, and he's a terrible leader. He cannot move the needle at all. He lost to a liberal in his own riding. I'll show you. So I like the PPC. I don't want them to get votes now because it's just a vote splitting from them. But let's just check his riding. In Beauce. So the Conservatives won 60% of the vote. The Liberals won 18%. The Bloc won 13%. And Maxime Bernier, the leader of this party, got 5.8% of the vote in his own goddamn riding. Like, he's a loser. Nothing much he can do about that. Regina Capel is my riding. Cool. He blocked you too, Chris? And Aloyo? Cool. Yeah, of course. That's what he does, man. He's a clown. I don't take him seriously. Never have, never will. I guess I took him seriously on 2021, but never again. All right, so Mark Carney's now leading in 9, up by 5, so 14. Back and forth. Oh, they called it for Elizabeth May. But she lost her co-lead. We're not listening to this. I'm going to do a lot of you a favor. In fact, we're going to switch the screen. She's all happy. I kept my writing. I'm still irrelevant. She lost her co-leader. Now she's got to lead by herself. No. Yeah, but again, she gives me easy content sometimes, you know? She's so easy to make fun of. I want to be blocked too. Yeah. Well, all you got to do is you just got to tweet at him and just say, hey, man, you're a coward. You suck. You came in 4th place in your own writing. He'll block you. He's a coward. Yes, the drunk is back in her seat in Saanich, but that's okay. She parties every night. For the next 4 years, I don't get it. I'll remind him about his leadership loss. Yeah, I mean, if the PPC wants to be taken seriously, they need someone else. There's nothing in it for Max at this point. There's nothing there for him. So the popular vote is now the Liberals leading it by 0.7%. I'll be honest with you. I thought by midnight we would already know the answer, but I don't think we're going to. The mainstream media thinks they know, but it's close. I would show you some other streamers like the Pleb or Northern Perspective, but yeah, the YouTube isn't very happy when you do things like that. So it's going to drag out for, yeah, I mean, that is true. 15-point lead. I keep saying point again. I'm sorry. 15-seat lead for the Liberal Party. Pleb shut down his stream already? Really? He believed the mainstream media? Come on, Pleb. I'm going to have a look, see if I can find. Maybe he put up a new one. No, he didn't. Well, to be fair, if he shut it down, he's probably on his way back to Montreal. But I'm not giving up. When they called it, I just was like, wait a minute, it's way too early. It's way too early to be doing that. It's just too early. Even if they called it now, it's still kind of crazy. He said he's leaving for Montreal. Oh, so he's staying the night. Okay. Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, that guy's put in so much work, so much effort. He's probably exhausted. I know he lost his voice too. You know, fair play to him. I wonder, though, like, if the Conservatives do come back, I wonder if he'll pop on of it. Like, maybe he just went to bed. I don't know. But, I mean, let's be honest. If this holds up and the Liberals win, we're all going to have a very sour taste in our mouth for the rest of the night, and waking up tomorrow is going to suck. Hamilton East looks ready for change. Really? I see. Yeah, I mean, the decent lead, again, still early. Hamilton Center, still early. But Liberals, they're leading. Okay, they just called they called Duffer and Caledon for the Conservatives. Okay. Cool. Liberals are leading by 8 in terms of elected and 5 in terms of leading. So again, it is still pretty close. It's going to be a long one. How much longer you guys want to stay around? I know it's getting late too. I don't want to, but some of you guys are out west, so it's early. At 25 people, we couldn't get it up to 100 live, but we did get up to 60 a couple times, so that's cool. A few thousand views. Not bad. I'm staying till okay. We'll do at least 1 o'clock. At least. But maybe longer. We'll have a sour taste for the rest of yeah, again, it's true. I'm watching till Burlington is done. Yeah, hopefully Emily Brown can come back there. She was a good candidate, and Karina Gould's again, I actually went to high school with her. I don't have any personal problem with her, but man, do I hate her politics. What time is it there? It is 7 minutes till midnight. So I'll stay at least 1 more hour. But if we start getting more views, people are still engaged. If it's close, maybe I'll stay longer. Maybe it's going to be probably 1 or 2 o'clock, let's be honest. Luckily, I'm free tomorrow all day almost. So until a party is called, the true win. Yeah. I don't think it's going to come at 1. We'll see. We shall see. Okay. I'm going to scroll Twitter, see if I can't find something funny or interesting. Yeah, his lead's going down. I got to show you something. Yeah, Jugme's saying that's hilarious, you loser. Good for you, you bum. That's what you deserve. But I found something funny here. President Joe Biden, I congratulate Prime Minister Mark Carney and the Liberal Party on their success in Canada's election. I'm confident Mark will be a strong leader for the fundamental values and interest Canadians and Americans deserve. Let's be honest, it ain't over. And then David Coletto, do we know if advanced polls are being voted last? Let's see if someone's got some information. I don't know either. Typically, but not in places like Carleton where they've been given permission to start 6 hours early. So they're counted last. It depends on the returning officer, but most are doing them last. Probably. Okay. I think they are, yeah. Okay, so I guess it's up to the report. So we don't know. I guess some writings are doing it, some writings aren't. So we don't have much information. Pierre Poilievre tightened it up a little bit again. Popular vote is still a Liberal lead by 0.7%. People are upset on Facebook and Twitter and some of my friends, but again, it's not over. Like, remember about an hour ago, they said that Conservatives could not get 146. They're at 150 if things hold. Who's to say they can't? We just need things to turn around. We got to flip things, and at least when, I mean, a majority is probably out of question right now, but minority government for the Conservatives is not. Oh no. Okay, about time for me to stretch out my back a little bit again. So I'll be gone for a few minutes. Do you want me to leave it on CTV, or do you want me to just leave it on this tracker so you guys can follow it? Let me know. What's Freeland's writing? Oh, what's it called? Toronto University? I check that before I leave. Rosedale or something, isn't it? No. Oh, University Rosedale. That's her writing. She's probably winning big time. Canadians are so silly. Oh, what the hell? Okay. What the hell? Okay, we'll just find it the hard way then. Oh, here we go. Yeah, she's 61%. That's crazy. My God, people from Toronto. If it were up to them, they would literally run to ruin their own country. It's unbelievable. I'm good with whatever. Okay, I'm just going to leave it on here for you guys. I won't be too long. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. And it is just after midnight. Not much shifting so far. Not much at all. I thought Carney blew Karina Gold out of her own riding. In the Liberal leadership race, he did, but she still keeps her seat. Only way you can lose your seat if you lose a by-election or if you lose your seat in the federal election. Okay, let's check some ridings here. Let's go to Carleton. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so he's tight. The Poilievre's tightening it up a little bit here. Seventeen votes. Sorry, 17,000 votes. Pierre is down by about 1,300 votes. So, and again, that's going to take so long for them to count. That probably won't even be called until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I think Pierre's going to tighten the lead. At least I hope so. I just mean the percent. Yeah, he absolutely did. I don't think Pierre's going to lose his riding. They have it as a Mark Carney leading or a Liberal leading riding. I don't see that happening. I just don't. I couldn't imagine. And they've counted about 11 and a half, close to 12 million votes. So again, we'll see. But Liberals have 90 in the bag, and then we'll have to see what happens with the 140 or so ridings left. Well, 150. The Bloc's only at 23. That's not good. 23 seats. I think they had what, 40? 39. And the Conservatives have gained 22. Bloc has 7.5% too. So, I mean, they might be pulling a comeback themselves. Let's see. Oh, Mount Royal. That's flipped back to the Liberals so far. Yeah, this one's going to be close to being called here for Carney. What, St. Hubert? It's still pretty close, although not too many polls left to count there. So it looks like the Bloc's going to take a hit. And a fairly sizable one. That's not good. Not a whole lot of movement right now, though. Wonder if the scrutineers... Yeah, I'm not sure. Not quite sure. Polling Canada saying, are you guys excited to do this again in 6 months? I don't think we'll have an election in 6 months. Okay, so from what I'm hearing now as well, it looks like the advanced polls in a lot of ridings have not been counted first. They're being counted last. I don't have more information other than that, but let me see. I'm going to show you a video here from Mario Zelaya. Some of you might know who he is. He's got a quick video here. Let's have a look. Let's see if the blue wave is in the advanced polls. Is it a Liberal minority for now? Let's see. Sometimes. Fingers crossed. Now he said in all ridings they get counted last, but I don't think that's true. Some guy on City News says the advance vote favors the Liberal. I mean, the thing is, I've heard that conservatives turn out more on election day. That being said, maybe the early ballots are majorly in favor of Poilievre. We don't know that yet. And we don't know how many ridings have counted their advance ballot. I don't think they're counted last. I think it depends on the officer in that riding. Okay. Okay, so we got a little bit of movement here. Not much, but the Conservatives have tightened it to 9 points. And the popular vote is still, it's 0.9 percentage in favor of the Liberals, with about 12 million votes counted. I said there's at least, I think there's probably going to be closer to maybe, could be close. I don't think it's going to be 20 million votes, but it's interesting. Now, the Conservatives are actually leading in more ridings than the Liberals right now. But the Liberals are up 10 and elected. So they've got 94 seats in the bag. But most of the ones that are getting called they're going to be East Coast ones, which, because it's going to take a while to count all these things. Not to mention they got to count more on the West Coast. They've got to count more in Ontario. Some ridings are still very close. Mr. Chat says early vote. Well, I don't think we know that. 15 million seems reasonable. I think it will be a little bit. I said 15, but I think it's going to be a little bit more than that. But again, we don't know if that helps the Conservatives or not. We don't know. There could be another, 6 million votes to count. It's hard to say. We don't quite know the turnout yet. But we shall see. Christy Clark speaking. No thanks. I don't want to torture you guys. There's not much news right now to report, but I don't want you to have to suffer. Over under Pierre 10 million votes. Interesting. I'm gonna go. Probably under, but slightly. Oh, you guys couldn't hear the okay. Well, the video that I was showing, I don't know what the hell's going on with the audio because I had everything turned up, but the guy's basically saying he thought the Liberals won, but there's a lot of advanced polling or voting to be counted yet, so we'll see that. So I don't think there's any chance for a conservative majority, but there would have to be such a drastically, there would have to be such an insane turn of events. I don't think that would happen. So my prediction for that is likely to be wrong. But that being said, if Pierre has a minority and the bloc decides to work with him a little bit, he might have his 4 years to try to make a difference. Conservative minority is still a win, right? Just not like we were hoping for. No, they didn't. I mean, They're so out of touch. It's just so hard to listen to them. Like, why would you want less freedom and more? Yeah, I hear you. Do you think Carney will simply prorogue government again and rule by executive order like he has been? I don't think so. I think at some point there's going to be such a call for them to get back to work. I think Mary Simon, governor general, will force them to come back at some point. But it's a good question. It's a fair question. What are we at here? About 13 million votes. I mean, in order for the Conservatives to come back here, there's got to be over 15 million votes, and a lot of them have to be Conservative. Could it happen? Sure. Will it? I don't know. I mean, it was looking really grim 2 hours ago, and now it's like, oh, it's pretty close. It's not over yet. I agree. We thought they'd be back in Parliament a long time ago, but here we are. Yeah, that's true. But at some point, though, the Governor General is going to step up and say, hey, come on, get back to work. Even liberals will start getting mad soon enough. I will say this, the polls were pretty close to being... Yeah, so far, it actually looks like they had a good... it looks like they were right. So far. Mark Carney is now elected in 95 with Pierre at 84. But again, lots of those that are being called are the ones that they've been counting for longer, which is, a lot of ridings that we thought Carney would win. We gotta flip some of these. There's 140 or so, whatever, maybe 150 ridings to be counted left, and we need a good chunk of them. It was neck and neck, yeah. Liberals played, yeah. I mean, listen, the Button Gate scandal, having all those people on the ballot. I mean, you only can surmise from that the Liberals put a bunch of people up to it. Yeah, I don't know. It's very weird. You know what's interesting? Since I've started live streaming, I've lost 6 subscribers. Maybe people were upset that I couldn't figure out how to get the audio worked up, but weird. How else will they raise the independent for each? Raise the money for each independent? Yeah. Let's refresh and see if Pierre's catching up a bit here. Carlton. Yeah, he's down by 7 points and 1,200 votes with 85 out of 266. So lots of time for him to catch up. That is going to take forever for them to count. See if there's any tightening out west. I know the Liberals were doing pretty good in BC. See if that's going to change. Oh, it's changed a little bit. I guess that's where it's tightening a little bit right now. Coquitlam's tightening up. Yeah, still a lot of red out here, though, in BC. Jeez. But again, 50 votes, it's nothing. 1,300 when there's so many polls left. There's lots of time for it to switch. Is he a blue until Manitoba? This is BC. Now, it looks like it's half red. This is only one riding, right? Yeah, most other ridings in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta went blue. But that's how it was always going to go, right? But things need to turn around. Mark Carney's expanded his lead slightly here. I helped campaign for a candidate who ran an Alberta party in Calgary, Alberta, a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, we did not win, but all it takes is one seat to make a rookie. Yeah, that's true. And you did a good job. It's you're doing what you can. That's all you can do, right? So being involved, helping out with the campaign, it's good. You did good work. So yeah, I think that the best we can really hope for is that some of these leading seats flip conservative and we get a slight minority. I think that's the best case scenario right now. Which, I mean, at this point, I'll take. I think a lot of you agree with me. We'll take a minority. Yeah, we'll see. He's only been elected in 97. You got to get 172, so still a ways away. Spear number 2 down. Good thing I decided to have some beer tonight. This would have been brutal to do sober. Not like talking to you guys, just, dealing with this nonsense. It was so rewarding. Met so many nice people. Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, I should have done more of that myself. But we didn't have a conservative candidate until... Can't remember. My dad actually met him just by coincidence. I'm mind blown at how self-destructive the average Canadian. Yeah. Tell me about it. It's almost like a nihilistic vote, isn't it? All right, let me scroll through Twitter. See if we can't find anything interesting. I won't play a video if the audio is not going to work. Okay, it's official. Jagmeet Singh has been defeated. I guess they've called it. Well, at least we can all laugh at good old Jagmeet Singh. Although he gave me some really easy content too. Look at that. Look at that. 18% of the vote. Look at that. They are so tired of him. He's not even going to get 20%. Remember a few months ago when he said he was going to easily win his riding? He easily came in third place. Although 90 out of 200 polls reporting, they haven't called it for anybody, but he's done. I mean, He's done. And it looks so good on him. But this is a problem. If we're going to win, some of these ridings have to change. Now, Coquitlam, 521 votes. There's still like 100 polls to be counted. 1,500 with a lot of polls to be counted. 576 with a lot of polls. Some of these do 332. There's time for this to switch around. It's just, it needs to start happening. Do you have tomorrow off your job, Dan? I actually do, because I booked it off because I figured this would be a long night. I'm going to be crushing every single beer I have. So I decided, you know what, let's take the night off. I'm either going to be coping or celebrating. But yeah, Zed, I'm off tomorrow. We're technically in a better spot than before. Exchange the NDP for the bloc as the swing vote. I mean, that is true. That is an optimistic way to look at it, which I appreciate. But anything but a conservative minority at minimum is not enough. Like, we really need to pick up some seats here. That was smart. I work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, and again, like, please don't feel free to, if you got to go to bed, definitely go to bed. I'll be up for hours. I won't be streaming the whole time because I'm going to have to leave and have a late dinner. I've only, I had lunch like 12 hours ago. So I got to, good for you to have the day. Yeah, I was thinking about this about a month ago. I was like, you know what? I better book the day off. I got enough vacation pay to cover it. So I'm going to do that. Don't tell me what's... Yeah, do what you want. I'm just saying, I ain't going to be mad at anyone if they decide to leave. I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming. I really wish they picked up the count of the vote. The vote count, rather. Okay, so Mark Carney's gained a little bit in terms of leading, but Pierre he's only losing the elected by 8 now. So he's gained a little bit of ground there, but we got some work to do in the leading. Definitely have some work to do. I just want to afford a home for my future wife. Yeah, I think a lot of us are thinking that way, We all want to have a family someday, and we want to be able to afford it. It's tough right now. There's probably only like 6 people counting in Carlson. Yeah, I mean, plus the ballot was like 3 feet long. It's so stupid. Disappointed in my province, BC. Well, again, I mean, but keep in mind, Mark Carney has taken early leads in most ridings that have come out. And Pierre has kind of reduced that a little bit. BC was the last province to start tallying the votes. So we could definitely see some movement there. Maybe we can flip over 4 or 5 ridings from BC, a few more in Ontario, whatever they're winning out west. Let's have a look here. Maybe the Liberals are overperforming out west a little bit, which they could be in BC. We don't know that. But then we look over here to Alberta. Yeah, they're only winning a little bit in Calgary. Well, maybe there's a couple seats. Maybe we can... Well, this one looks... Yeah, this one, Edmonton Center, we're not getting that one. And Edmonton, Strathcona, the Liberals are leading that one too. That was supposed to be an NDP safe spot. Although, again, 165 out of 217, they're still... Yeah, but that's still quite a bit of a lead. Didn't think the NDP would lose that one. And then here in Winnipeg, yeah, they've looks like they've won that, but there's still 2 they haven't called. Okay, that one's over. And that one's Winnipeg Centers, yeah. So looks like the city outperformed in Winnipeg. I don't know why they haven't started counting this one yet. Okay, that's weird. It's very strange. Still down in Carleton. All the big cities, man. It's massively voted for the Liberals. But there's still some ridings we can flip, right? I mean, let's see here. So this one, well, that's 1,500 votes for Brampton East, but I don't know about that one. But Brampton Park, that could be flipped. Look at this one, Brampton Center, although it's, well, yeah, there's still 50 polls. Yeah, that's 100 votes. We could come back there. Maybe some of these, but once you get into thousands of votes leads, it gets tougher. Anita Anand, wow, Oakville. Kind of unbelievable. Still lots to count, though. So Liberals have increased a little bit of the popular vote here. And they're now up by 14 in terms of seats. Still got to hope for the comeback. What's Hamilton Center? Yeah, they're still going Liberal so far. But not looking too good. I was hoping by 12:30 we'd see more of a tightening, and that hasn't happened yet. And Carney's got 1.2% of the popular vote now. That's got to change. And we need some of those ridings that were close to flip blue. Oh, it looks like Jagmeet. You guys want to listen to Jagmeet Singh's defeat speech? So maybe the one time we actually want to hear him talk. Let me go back here. Look, if he doesn't even care. Jerk off. The one time we want to. Yep. Night, Chris. Take care, buddy. Thanks for coming. Wait, can you guys not hear the video? Well, yeah, he was okay. I don't know. Audio's not working again. It's working, then it's not working. It's working, then it's not working. All right. I mean, it's gonna be a long time. I know a lot of you are tired. We've been up late. I am gonna stop the stream now in just a minute here. I don't know why the audio's been working. This is like the 4th time I've had to do a stream. Hopefully, the next time we do a live stream, it's better. What can I say? It looks like maybe we aren't going to win this one. I hope there's a comeback. I hope that when I make a video tomorrow, I see all of you in my comment section excited. I don't know if that's going to happen. But either way, I just want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I will definitely be making videos for you guys tomorrow, so hopefully you can check those out. And we'll talk a little bit in the comment section. And yeah, take care. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day than we think it's going to be. I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks again so much. I appreciate you guys. Take care.